having self-respect. You don't fail until you stop trying. You're loved. Happy New Year's, everyone! Woo! It's New Year's! It's the New Year! Welcome to my channel. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Amber. This channel is all about vlogs, fun talks, working out, wellness, nutrition, plant-based diets, anything that has to do with health, movement, wellness, and honestly, just living life. I'm happy that you're here. I've gotten 50 extra subscribers the past 2 months, which is very exciting. But also, I'm trying this new feature on my camera. Look. Whoa. It's following me. That's so cool. I'm so excited to make this video. I've worked really hard on reflecting, doing a lot of reflection about how my year in 2025 went and how I want to walk into the new year, into 2026. Today is January 4th, so I'm recording this a little late, but I just had a 70-hour work week. It was super, super busy. Really ready to share this. I took a lot of notes on my phone, so I'm gonna have my phone here to reference and just to talk to you guys about how everything went and what I'm excited for the future. I hope you take some type of inspiration from this video. If you have any questions about anything being said, please comment in the comment box down below. If you're watching and you don't subscribe to me, I feel like you should subscribe to me. And you should do that like right now. Let's wait for it to happen. Click now. Thank you. Without further ado, let's get to the video. I will be talking about different aspects about how my year went last year and what my goal is for this year. I love this following feature. It's so cool. The different things that I'll be talking about is I'll be covering career, physical health, organization, mental health, finances, which is a fun one, intellectual growth, digital health, hobbies, home, style, relationships, that gets kind of spicy, and then self-care. If you want to jump to any section, I'll make sure to put timestamps below so you can see the carousel and just jump forward if you want to skip ahead to anything. All right, I got my tea. Now let's get started. The first topic that I want to talk about and recap on is career. Career-wise, I'm still more or less doing the same career as I did before. I have a special guest who wants to say hi to you. There he is.
Hi.
He is my favorite.
Yeah, I'm the GOAT, guys.
The GOAT. He had a basketball game, guys, and he did great, right? You said you had the most rebounds?
Yes, most rebounds, most points.
Most points. Wow. The MVP! I picked up a lot of side businesses and just doing extra hustles. For those of you guys who don't know, it is my dream to become a doctor, and I applied to medical school last year. I didn't get in anywhere. I didn't even get interviews from anywhere. To be honest, I didn't have the best MCAT score, so not a shocker. This past year in 2025, I retook the MCAT. I took it a little bit more seriously than I did the first 2 times. I got a higher score. This year, I've actually got way more interviews. I have a total of 3 interviews. I had 2 already. One school rejected me, the other school I got placed on the wait list. And I have an interview coming up in 2026 for my dream school. It is my top choice school. The crazy thing is, all the interviews that I got are from my top 3 schools. My number 1, number 2, and number 3 choice are the schools that chose to interview me, which is crazy. So in 2026, I have my interview coming up January 16th, 17th, and 20th. It's a 3-part interview type of situation. For this year, I'm very excited about that opportunity. I don't want to jump the gun with this at all, but I just really think it's going to happen. I want to manifest that it's going to happen this year. When I do this interview, I'm going to shine through it, and they're going to really see how much I want this, how much I align with this program, how much I feel like I'm made for this program. My whole reason why medicine is basically their mission and their program. If I get into this program, it'll be a 5-year program instead of a 4-year program. I would have the opportunity to take a break and pursue a master's midway through med school and have like a project. It would just be amazing. It would be my dream come true. Wish me luck on that, please. I need all the good vibes coming my way from everybody and anybody who watches this. Career part of this section is just probably the most exciting thing for me coming into 2026, which is probably why I put it first. No matter how it unfolds, I'm really proud of myself for staying in the fight, for continuously trying. This has been years in the making. I had to take the MCAT 3 times. This is my 2nd time applying, and knock on wood, I don't want this to be the case, but if it ends up that I have to reapply again, like I will keep going until it happens. Because I read a quote once and it just really resonated with me. You don't fail until you stop trying. Even with YouTube. I started YouTube, my first video was December 5th of 2025. MCAT and med school stuff took a lot of my time and it was very overwhelming and it was up and down roller coaster for me. In a year, I got 171 subscribers and that, to me, is a huge accomplishment. I've uploaded 140 videos, gained a following on TikTok, not that much, okay? I don't want to toot my own horn, it's like 80 people. However, 80 people is a lot of people. It's like a lecture, like a lecture hall, not even a normal classroom. We could segue into this for 2026. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to get monetized on YouTube. I want to take it a little bit more seriously. I think I have been the past 2 months, social media in general, mostly on TikTok and on YouTube. I've been posting every single day for the past 2.5 months. I think I'm already in the rhythm and in the habit of posting every day and being very used to it and it just feeling very normal to me. I just want to create a community of love where everybody just feels very supported and everybody just cares about wellness and health and trying to better themselves through nutrition, through movement, through self-care. Moving on to physical health. My reflection for 2025, I finished my cut early March, I would say. Yeah, it was before I went to New York. I finished my cut in March. I accomplished my goal of losing 30 pounds, but after that I was kind of lost with my fitness journey, mostly because, again, applying to med school, retaking the MCAT, that took a lot of my time. And I had some family issues come up in the beginning of the year that was really hard for me to handle emotionally. Physical activity kind of took a back burner, but not 100%, because I would say maybe at the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, I would go to the gym. It would average 5 times a week. Now it would be more like 3 or 4 times a week. So I go less. There's even some times where I only go twice because that's what I can handle at the moment. But I would say that I have been very consistent staying in maintenance, which is crazy because I stopped tracking after my cut. I think I've just gotten way better at eating intuitively and just knowing what my body wants and needs and adjusting accordingly. The gym and weightlifting was inconsistent, but I think movement in general was very consistent. I got a walking pad. I started riding my bike more. I started exploring hot yoga and Pilates and different forms of training that were also just very fun for me outside of the gym. So I think that definitely helped me keep my maintenance and keep my physique goals where I wanted them. In 2026, my goal for my physical health is actually to increase my muscle mass. I don't have a specific number yet because I don't have a base yet. I have a trip coming up. I'm gonna go to New York for a couple days to celebrate my birthday, which is on January 14th. But when I come back, I have set up an appointment to get a DEXA scan, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. I wanna get a DEXA scan and just see what the ratios of my mass, muscle to fat ratio. I just wanna see where I start. I wanna implement a routine to then start building muscle and then check back in each quarter and see where my DEXA scan is there. I don't think I'm gonna track. I think I could do this without tracking my food. It's gonna be a big emphasis on gaining muscle, which means gaining weight. So that might be like a weird challenge for me to navigate. Overall, my goal for 2026 isn't perfection when it comes to fitness. It's more about consistency, even if it's just 20 minutes in the day. And I feel like that's been working for me pretty good. The next topic I want to talk about is organization. My reflection for organization in 2025 was kind of all over the place. I experimented a lot with like planners, Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Post-it notes. I just experimented with a lot of different things to try and get more organized because I feel like sometimes I can be kind of chaotic and write things down everywhere, put things in my notes app and not really have everything in one cohesive place. I really found that I kind of like a mix of it all. For 2026, I envision having a more structured schedule. Lately, I've really been using Apple Calendar. It's very much been helping me with time blocks at the end of the year. Literally a couple weeks ago, I got a new planner. I actually kind of have 2 planners. So I got a very little planner, which I basically all these steps that we're talking about today, or all these categories that we're talking about today, I really thought and reflected about them in that calendar and made my goals for the upcoming year. I even made weekly, monthly, and daily things that I want to be able to do throughout the year. And then I have my overall goals, and then I have actions plans to hit those goals. The Apple Calendar has been a real help. I even color coordinate things. My friend time, my work time, my family time, my editing time, my gym time. I think that's been really fun just to like see my day, week, month on a calendar. If you guys want to see what my planner looks like, it was actually really cheap. Both of these planners were like the same price. The little one was like $6, I think, and this big one was like $6.99. Little one's from Target, this one's from Ross. Ross has a bunch of good planners. I don't feel like you need to spend a lot of money on a planner. This is what it looks like. It's so cute. Just like the ability to be able to track things. My books and upload page. This might be one of my favorites. And I totally finished a book this week in the new year. And I'm like halfway through another one. So I had a lot of downtime at work, okay? For me, this planner, I would say, represents the structure I'm building for this year, for 2026. Getting into something a little bit more vulnerable. Let me take a sip of my tea first so I can get ready. Mental health. Let's talk about this. I rate my mental health score 1 out of 10, 10 being the best my mental health could be and 1 being the worst. In 2025, I would give it a 4 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty rough. I had kind of something going on with somebody at the beginning of the year that kind of fell through. Around that same time, I learned that my dad had stage 4 cancer. My dad is like my best friend. With my family.
Hello.
There's my aunt.
What's going on? How we doing?
Hey, Dad.
Yup. What?
That was really hard to deal with. Doing very well. He's getting treatment. We're very hopeful. It's going very good right now. But that was hard to deal with, as you can imagine. Finding that out while having to take the MCAT within the same month, apply to medical school a month after that, and dealing with your personal statements and your secondaries and stuff. That is all extremely overwhelming. And not to mention that the application process for med school is like a whole year long. It is hard. I am juggling a full-time job. I have side hustles I'm doing because I want to try to pay off my debt before potentially starting medical school, which is going to happen. It's going to happen. It was just a lot going on. And I think with the med school process, it's very much easy to feel like you're not enough or you're not meant to be here. You don't ever really hear about people like you in these positions. None of my friends so far are really pursuing higher education like that, which is completely fine. Not everybody has to. A lot of my friends are in their careers and they are getting married and starting families, and sometimes it's hard for me to see the light at the end of the tunnel because I don't really necessarily feel like a full-grown adult yet. Like I feel like I'm not in my career. I don't have much to offer, which I know is not true. Again, I know these things are not true, but I think my self-talk throughout the year was really hard. With med school, it's like you send in your application, you don't really hear back for a month, then you start sending in your secondaries. The school that I told you guys I have an interview with, my top school, I sent in the secondary within 2 days of receiving it. A month after I submitted my primary application, didn't hear back for 4 months. I got rejected from the school that was 3rd on my list, cried for like a whole week straight, thought that I wasn't gonna do anything with my life and be a loser, and then got an email saying that my top school wanted to interview me 3 months from then. Like, it's just a very long process, and it's hard to feel that you're doing something, that you're making any progress towards your goals, because the news is far and few between. You don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be next year. I don't know if I'm going to have to start studying soon. Should I retake the MCAT? Should I reapply? Should I think about going out the country? Or am I going to start med school in like 5 months and not even know it? My mental health definitely took a hit, which is something that I really, really want to focus on going into 2026. I want to be more confident in my ability to achieve my goals and to be successful. Be more confident in my dreams. I want to believe in myself, which I do. In the back of my head, I'm like, you're not cut out for this. Like, maybe you're not smart enough, but I'm still going for it. Like, I don't really listen to the little voice in my head that's kind of negative sometimes. I'm just like, screw you, bro. I'm gonna keep going. No way in heck. We didn't come this far just to come this far. There's no way. Envisioning this and working on my confidence in my career and in my goals, to me, this looks like a lot of journaling, a lot of manifesting, a lot of words of affirmation, a lot of clocking myself when I'm starting to tell myself negative things, replacing those negative comments with something positive, like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. No, that's not true. You are good enough. Your time just hasn't came yet, and your time is coming. Since I've been journaling a lot, since I've been doing more yoga, which I used to do a lot in high school to ground myself, it's definitely been helping more. It also helps the fact that I have amazing friends that will let me vent to them whenever I want to, and they will listen with no judgment and have open ears and open hearts. So I'm so grateful for them for that. My sister as well, and my parents. To summarize how I'm feeling about 2026 for mental health. 2026 to me feels like a year of rebuilding confidence from the inside out. So for finances, this is my second favorite one to talk about. My 2025 reflection. Let's talk about it. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. I paid off $10,000 of my debt. Yes, hold for applause. Yes, thank you very much. That was so hard. That was with going to EDC and Coachella, and I went to Mexico for like a week doing the most. So in 2026, I'm like,
Go lock in.
what can you do if you just locked in? You could get rid of this in totality. Let's knock this off the books. In 2025, I also realized a lot of things about my relationship with money. I think my relationship with money really stems from habits I witnessed growing up, always being on survival mode growing up and how exhausting that was. We never had money. It was always, we don't have enough money. We don't have enough money. No, because we don't have money. You can't do this because we have no money. Oh my God, I don't know how we're getting food this week or this month, or sorry, you can't get no shoes, no new shoes for school, even though yours have holes in them. We don't have any money. It was very survival mode and very much on the struggle bus. Very much, let's sell chips and candy at school or in front of Food for Less to get more money to do X, Y, and Z when I was like 12 or 13. It taught me hustle and stuff growing up, but I think it really made me live in survival mode even now. So then when I started getting any type of money, I was like, no, I want to experience the will to buy something, the will to have things, and not being able to control. Actually, you don't have it, don't do it. That's where I kind of fell short growing up and why I found myself in certain debt, like credit card debt. And it just always felt like money controlled me and I didn't control money. Really big realization that I realized in 2025, and I realized that I wanted that relationship with money to switch. I started listening to a lot of money podcasts last year, Financial Feminist, the Dave Ramsey show. That's really been a huge motivator for me. And I'm starting to realize how attainable it is for me to grow my net worth via investments, via paying off my debt as soon as possible and starting to invest more in my future and make more wise money decisions, and how easy it would be to actually pay off my debt if I was being more serious about it. In 2026, I envisioned something kind of crazy, but you know what they say, if your dreams don't scare you, then your dreams aren't big enough. I have a goal of paying off $20,000 of debt. I think I could do it. I could hold on the crazy experiences until the debt is paid off. But the way that I will be rewarding my hard work throughout the year is that for New Year's of 2026, or would you say 2027? I want to spend New Year's in Brazil. The whole dressed in white in the ocean and watching the fireworks with a friend, with somebody, or I will go alone if I have to. I lived in Ghana for a whole year and I went by myself. I could go do this alone if I really wanted to and vlog it. So are you really ever alone if you're vlogging? I don't think so. That is what I envision happening at the end of the year if I hit my goal. This is going to include paying off all 4 of my credit cards. I am on track to paying 2 of them off. One next week and a month from next week, another one. In summation, I would say this year I stopped seeing money as something that controls me and started seeing it as something that I could master. Intellectual growth. Let me get some tea. There's a lot of talking, which I'm kind of used to, but I just spent 2 hours on the phone with my heart doing interview prep. My reflections for 2025. Your girl learned a lot about science. Yes, she did, because of having to retake the MCAT. I took upper division science courses with UCLA's extension program. I took cancer biology, and I took intro to pathophysiology, and I got A's in both of those classes. So I kind of reaffirmed to myself, I am capable, I am not stupid, and I could do this. I could be a doctor, I could take art classes, and I could kill that shit. Another thing that's very exciting on the intellectual growth aspect, I have a 109-day streak on Duolingo. My friend Fafa has helped me with that. We have a French streak going on too. I could not disappoint them. There's no way. I got way more comfortable with my conversational Spanish. Even when I talk to my grandma, because my grandma doesn't speak English, I'm able to talk to her more now without needing the assistance of my mom, because sometimes my mom would correct me, especially in my tenses, and I feel like I'm getting way better at that. But in 2026, I just want to continuously work on my Spanish and get better at it. So when I become a physician, I want to work in Latino communities, people in color, and I want to be able to connect with people with the language that they're more comfortable speaking, which is why I'm trying to perfect my Spanish. Like, I could speak it, okay? I can speak Spanish, but it's not perfect, and I would like it to be as good as possible. Whoever I'm speaking to doesn't change their language to English for my sake. I want them to feel 100% comfortable speaking their own language. Another thing that I want to be able to do in 2026 is I want to learn more about U.S. history, specifically people of color's struggle within U.S. history. One of the books that I really want to read is The New Jim Crow, The 1619 Project. I want to learn about people of color history in America. Also also want to learn more about American involvement in other countries' conflicts. I just want to be more educated in things like this. Also World War I and World War II, because I know the general, but I'm like, what really happened there? What's going on? History is super fascinating to me, and I think when you learn history, it's easier to clock what's happening now in the present day and hopefully try to avoid certain things, or just be able to at least educate yourself on what's going on. I would say that one of my favorite subjects is like US history and history in general. Digital health. In 2025, I would say my digital health is really good. I don't have a problem with doom scrolling. I mean, I know I have before, but it's not something that I do very consistently, usually because I'm just so busy. I don't have time to just like, I don't see myself in a situation where that's happening to me very often. One of the things that I do have a trouble with is comparison on social media. That's something that I could work a little bit more in. Maybe a place where I could improve for 2026. I saw this quote, create more than you consume. I create a lot, especially always making TikToks and shorts and YouTube videos. And now that I've really gotten into journaling and reading and doing puzzles, which we'll talk about in the next subject, I find myself reaching less and less for my phone. Not in a way that sounds disrespectful, but caring less and less about what other people have going on, sitting with myself and being happy with what I have going on and doing things that I find very enjoyable and not comparing what I'm doing to what somebody else is doing. Overarching thing for 2026 with digital wellness is I want to be creating more than I'm consuming. The next topic, hobbies. 2025, I refound my love for reading. In 2024, girl was on fire. I read 26 books, maybe even 27. There was some audiobooks in there. 2025 came around, only read like 5 or 6. One of them was for work because I had to help edit the audio track for my boss's book that she wrote. Wanted to reconnect with my love for reading. That's something that I want to be able to prioritize in 2026, which is why you saw in my journal that I have a section where I'm going to write the books that I read and also how many pages I've been reading today. So I've been really challenging myself to read each day a physical copy because I also have a Kindle, which by the way is one of the best gifts I've ever gotten for Christmas. My mom got it for me. There's something about physical books. You see how much books I have right here? I have books all over my room. I have enough things to keep me entertained. I need to read the ones that I have here. And also, I refound my love for puzzles. I did a couple puzzles. I think I did 4 puzzles last year. I don't know. I have them. So started doing puzzle books, mystery books, and word search books. I just like critical thinking in that sense. I like doing Sudoku. I like doing word finds. I like doing crossword puzzles. By the way, I finished one book this year. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm on track of finishing another book by the end of next week, which is crazy, but the series is really good. Also, this is kind of like a middle schooler book, but I was reading this in middle school. This book, it's a series, right? Shadow Children series. It was at my library in middle school. I went to LA Academy Middle School, LAMS for short. It was at that library, so our school was severely underfunded, unfortunately, but they only had 2 out of the 8-book series. Growing up, I've always wanted to read the books. Totally forgot about it, right? I was super into the first book. They didn't have the second one, they had the 4th one, and then that was it. And I was like, wow, I'm not gonna read the 4th one without reading the 2nd or 3rd, but I really loved the first. I was at a bookstore the other day, had all 8 of them right there for like $30. I'm on book 3 right now. After I read this book 3, I'm gonna go back to finishing the 5th book of Harry Potter. This is the first time I'm reading through that too. Read more, do more puzzles. Those are my goals for 2026 in terms of hobbies. Now we're going to talk about home. So my reflections are for 2025, I bought a lot of stuff and I didn't get rid of a lot of stuff. Am I giving hoarder vibes? What's going on here? I envision 2026 being more of a decluttering moment for me. I really love my room. I think my room gives very calming vibes. It gives me the perfect amount of a dopamine hit when I walk in here and see all the colors, see all the things I've got from all the places that I've traveled to. It makes me feel at home and it's cozy. I don't think I want to change the style of my room. I just want to declutter it. Each month, I'm going to work on cleaning something out. 3 times out of the year, 3 or 4 times, I'm going to go through my closet and just put stuff on my Poshmark, clean out my desk, clean out my hobby drawers, just make sure that I'm not holding on to things that I don't need and that probably could benefit somebody else better. Coziness matters to me, yes, but so does space and clarity, because when your room's a mess and when it's cluttered, for me, I feel stressed and tense and I don't really want that to happen. Next topic is gonna be style/fashion. At times, I could be a little bit of a fashionista. I have a lot of clothes. I don't think I need this many clothes. In 2025, I did not shop as much as I usually do, mostly because I wanted to pay off debt. I did notice that in 2025, when I did tend to shop, I tended to buy more quality item things that are gonna last a long time, more staples. In general, I realized that I really wanted more sophisticated style. I generally gravitate towards earth tones. I realized that, especially when working out, and I really think that's in my color palette. I just want to look more put together, more fashionable, more sophisticated. I will definitely be shopping less, but I think when I do buy things, I'll be buying staple pieces of quality. I really want my style to feel timeless, not trendy. Oh Lord. This next one, y'all. Relationships. Let's get to it. Let me get some more tea before we spill the tea. Okay. This year, I spent a lot of quality time with friends and family. That's definitely something I will be prioritizing in 2026. 100%. I plan on seeing a loved one at least once a week and talking to a loved one at least once a day. In 2025, I definitely made sure to keep my connections with people strong. I made a lot of new connections. I learned a lot about boundaries, setting boundaries within friendships and with family. That continues to serve me very well. Midway through the year, I decided I wanted to start actively dating. What? This is the first time that I've ever actively dated. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. Do we want to do that in 2026? I don't think so. I think I'm good. It really taught me how thankful I am for the work that I've put into myself through years of therapy. It really showed me how I could be my own advocate. It really made me proud of myself for having self-respect, even when I didn't want to have self-respect, if that makes sense. Even when I was starting to really like somebody and I wanted something with someone to work out, I always put my self-respect in front of any emotional feeling I was having, just because I know what I am and am not willing to accept with somebody, and I know what I deserve in a partner, and I know what I bring to the table. I was really firm on not settling and not allowing somebody to disrespect me, and really upholding the boundaries I set for myself and others. How do I envision 2026? I want to keep a strong bond with my family and friends. That will always be something that I am putting energy into, but I do want to decentralize dating from my life. That is not something that I am actively interested in right now. I am good. I need a little breather from that. It takes a lot of energy, and I'm not willing to put energy into that right now. I will be focusing on my med school journey, because that will be happening, pouring into myself, into my YouTube, into growing a community, into improving myself in all the best ways possible. All the ways that I listed in this video so far. To me, this year is really about alignment and not distraction. And it's about pouring into myself in every way possible to make sure I elevate myself, feel loved, feel happy, feel connected to me, really become the person that I really want to be and I know myself to be. To end it off, last but not least at all, I think this is the perfect wrap up to this video, is self-care. In 2025, self-care took a little bit of a back burner. For me, movement and physical activity has always been my form of self-care. Apart from that, I've learned how to enjoy being more present with myself and with others. I really had to work this year to keep the love I have for myself, for my dreams, for my own mental sanity, for my well-being, for my happiness. I had to be intentional about pouring into myself. I had a great support system, and I think I have a really good head on my shoulders to know when I need time and when I need space. In 2026, I would really like to improve my sleeping habits as a form of self-care, on getting enough rest to feel really prepared for the next day, really feel energized, really feel good about how I am going to proceed with my goals, make sure I'm prioritizing my mental health, continuously checking in with myself and journaling and making sure I take the time to myself, for myself, by myself, with no distractions. Every week I am setting aside time, an hour to be exact, to have no distractions and just be with myself, use that time to really connect with myself and ground myself back to my happiest, loving self. Another thing is I'm really excited to practice gratitude. Every day I'm writing down things that I'm grateful for. 2026 is the year I pour fully into myself, into becoming the best version that I could be, into my goals, into my loved ones, into my future and my hobbies and everything that makes me happy. I will be checking in with you guys in a couple months to let you know how all of these topics are going. Let me know. I'm super curious about you guys. Put in the comments down below your New Year's resolutions. I want to know. I hope we all stick to them, and I hope we continue continuously pour into ourselves because you're worth it, you're loved, you're awesome, and you deserve to reach all of your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, comment, subscribe, share it, copy the link, share it to yourself. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.